Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Skillet. So it's another great day in DeFi, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm earning over $1,150 a month in completely passive income just from investing in DeFi projects. So I'm going to open up my spreadsheet and reveal all the numbers and give you guys the full breakdown on my current top projects. So not only am I going to show you guys how much I'm earning, but I'll also be sharing some important information about the latest updates to some of these projects that you need to know about if you're a DeFi investor. Now, the projects we'll be discussing today are certainly not all of the projects that I'm invested in. And of course, if you follow this channel, you'll know that I invest in a ton of different projects, and these are just a handful of them. And I also make income from trading, both manual trading and with some trading bots, and I'm not including that income here in these figures. And I'm also not including things like hourly plays or high yield projects. Okay, the ones I'm going to be talking about today are sort of the primary bread and butter projects that are bringing me steady passive income every day right now. So we're going to jump right into it, guys. But first, if you're new here, welcome to Crypto Skillet, where we talk about all things crypto and I share the latest and greatest DeFi projects and ways to make passive income with you guys. So if that's what you're into, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. And remember that none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an investor sharing my thoughts, experiences, and opinions. So always do your own research before you get invested with any DeFi project. And now with that said, let's get into it. All right, so here we are inside my spreadsheet. This is showing my top projects, my daily earnings, my monthly earnings, daily ROI percentage, total earned, total invested, and total ROI. Now, most of these up here are projects that you guys have heard me talk about before on the channel. And then I've also got a couple of secret projects that I've got blacked out down here. Okay, I'm still testing these out, so I'm not including my income from those projects in these figures. So just from these primary projects up here, you can see that my total daily earnings are $38.60, which comes out to $1,158 a month in passive income that I'm earning from these projects. Now let's just start right here up at the top with BUSD Bank Vault. So I'm earning 4% daily with this one. That comes out to $10.80 every day and $324 a month. So if we come here to my dashboard, you can see my total staked amount is $270. And there it is, I'm earning $10.80 every day. Now this one's still doing very well. The TVL is sitting at about 261,000. Now, of course, I did a complete review of this project where I broke down exactly how it all works. So if you haven't already seen that one, I'll leave a card above and a link to that video down below in the description. Now, the BUSD Bank Vault starts out at 3% daily ROI, but you can increase that by 1% by owning a bank key NFT. So if we scroll up, you see this is the area where you can mint a bank key NFT, and I've already minted one. So that takes my total daily ROI from 3% up to 4% daily. You can also compound or withdraw at any time with no additional fees. There's just a one-time deposit fee that's 10% with this project. And you can see here the total amount I've earned from this one is $162 so far. So that's about 60% total ROI. Now remember that BUSD Bank Vault also has an emergency unstake feature, and that allows you to get 50% of your initial capital back at any time. So if I were to do that, that would shoot this up to 110%. But because this project is still going really strong, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to remain invested and keep collecting that daily passive income. Now the second project is another one from the BUSD Bank ecosystem. This one's the BUSD Bank nodes. So this one's bringing me another 4% daily return, and that comes out to $20 even every single day, which is $600 a month. And here we are inside my BUSD Bank nodes dashboard. You can see I've got 500 BUSD invested, and that's bringing me 20 BUSD every single day. And if we look up here at the TVL, this one's doing great as well. This one's sitting at just under 180,000. And again, I did a complete review video of this project as well, and I'll leave a card for that above and a link in the description. Now this project is another one that has an NFT that will boost your daily ROI. So if we scroll up here, you see you can mint a diamond gem NFT, and that boosts your daily ROI by 1%. Plus, if you own the bank key NFT from the vault, that gives you an additional 1% that gets added on top of that. Okay, so they've got 3 different tiers of their nodes. There's a tier 0, a tier 1, and a tier 2. So tier 0 starts at 1% daily, tier 1 starts at 2% daily, and tier 2 starts at 3% daily. And they have different deposit ranges for each of these, and they also have different compound bonuses for each of these as well. So for me, I started with the tier 1 1 node. And then of course I have those 2 NFTs that's going to boost that 2% all the way up to 4%. So that's currently what I'm earning from this project. It's 4% every day from that $500 investment. So that comes out to an even $20 every single day that I'm earning from this project. And just like with the vault, this one allows you to compound or withdraw at any time completely free of any additional fees. So this one also just has the one-time deposit fee. But what makes this one a little bit different is that compound bonus that you get. So that's a really cool feature. And one other thing that makes this one different from the vault is that this one does not have an emergency unstake feature. So that's one of those features that's kind of a double-edged sword. Some people love it, some people hate it. On one hand, if you have the emergency unstake function, that does give you a little bit more flexibility as an investor, but it also does increase the chance of the TVL draining rapidly if there's kind of a bank run scenario where people start unstaking and then people notice that that's causing the TVL to drop, so then they decide to unstake their initial deposits as well, and it can lead to a spiral. We have seen that happen with some projects in the past, and so with the BUSD bank nodes, you don't have to worry about that happening because they have eliminated that emergency unstake feature. So far I have earned a total of $160 from this project, and out of my $500 total investment, that means my total ROI so far is 32%. Not bad for just about 1 week of this project being around, right? Now the third project is the Nebula Miners project. I've talked about this one a few times on my channel. Remember, that is the Bitcoin cloud mining project where you earn USDT rewards. Now this one's bringing me 1.8% daily ROI, so that's $3.60 every day, which comes out to $108 a month from this one. Now here is my dashboard for Nebula Miners. You can see the project is still going very strong. The total amount of deposits is almost 50,000, with about $13,000 of claim staking rewards and $3,600 of withdrawn capital. So here you can see this one's giving a 1.8% daily yield. Now this yield can fluctuate. It can actually go up higher than that. It just depends on the actual amount of profit that's generated from the Bitcoin mining. And as I've explained in previous videos, the team shows you all of this stuff in a very transparent way. They give us weekly reports that break down all of the exact expenses and revenue, and they break this stuff down to the penny so we can see exactly what's going on. And again, I've talked about this at length in past videos, so if you haven't already seen my previous reviews about this one, I would highly encourage you to go watch those. Now this project also allows you to claim your rewards at any time with no additional fees, and so far I have earned $217.12. And so out of my $200 total investment, that's a 108.56% total return that I've earned so far. Now with Nebula Miners, your initial capital gets unlocked after the first 30 days, and I'm way beyond that at this point, so I can get my initial $200 back at any time. So of course, if I did that, you could go ahead and add an extra 100% on top of this, so that would be 208.56%. But again, I'm not going to do that yet because the project is still going very strong. Obviously, any projects that are involved with Bitcoin mining are probably doing pretty well right now, but no matter what, I'm already well over 100% total ROI. So at this point, I really cannot lose with Nebula Miners. Now let's move on and talk about Wolf Capital. So there have been some very important updates that you need to know about. So you probably noticed that my daily earnings, monthly earnings, and daily ROI percentage are now set to variable. So recently, the Wolf Capital team have decided to change the project to a variable dividend structure. So if we come here to my dashboard, you can see that we currently do not have a figure for the daily amount of ROI. It will completely be dependent on how much revenue is generated from the team's trading. And we're going to find that out in about 4 days and 20 hours from now. So that's how it's going to work going forward. You won't necessarily know in advance what the next payout is going to be. It's all going to depend on how much profit they can generate from trading that week. And the idea behind that is to have all of the payouts be 100% completely backed by the trading activity. And the team are being completely transparent about all of this stuff. And just like with all projects that you get invested in, I highly recommend that you join their social communities, join their Discord, join their Telegram, because that's where the team interacts with the investors and keeps everybody updated on the latest developments. So in any case, I think that these are actually very positive developments here. I'm not concerned at all about not knowing in advance exactly how much I'm going to receive in my payout that week, because after all, they're really concerned about longevity with this project. Because think about it, if the payouts are backed 100%, then in theory, this could go on indefinitely. Now, of course, I say in theory because it is DeFi, and I don't know of any project that's just going to last forever and ever. But what I do know is that if 100% of the payouts are completely backed by the trading, then the contract should never drain. Okay, but of course, that's going to remain to be seen. We'll see how it all plays out, but this is still one of my absolute favorite projects out there right now, and as more information comes in, I will keep you guys updated. So with that in mind, I cannot give an estimate for my my daily earnings or monthly earnings right now. Again, I'll know that in a few days, but I do know that the total amount that I've earned so far is $112.05. That comes out of my $450 initial investment, so that's 24.9% total ROI so far. Now, Wolf Capital also has an unstake feature where you can get back 100% of your initial capital after an initial 60-day locking period, and they've just opened that back up as well. Now, I have not quite reached that 60-day cutoff, so I still can't unstake for the next couple of weeks, but even if I could, I still would not unstake at this point. I would stay invested with this project. It's an absolutely enormous project with a really well experienced and trusted team, and I'm just a big fan of what they're building here. So again, I'll keep you guys posted on my progress with this project, but for right now, variable daily earnings are just gonna have to do. So obviously this is not being included in this calculation down here. Okay, so I'm actually earning a bit more than what you're seeing down here. I just don't have that exact number for the next 4 days, so this is gonna have to do for now. So now let's talk about a project that I don't know if I've specifically mentioned on this channel before, but you guys will certainly recognize the team. Okay, I'm talking about the Thorium BNB Miner. Now, this is a project that has a variable payout rate. Now, it's gonna average at about 3% daily, but this one is an inflationary type of miner, so that means that the payouts will fluctuate as the TVL fluctuates. Now, that particular type of miner is a classic tried and true kind of model, so of course the exact amount of your daily payouts will not always be the same, but one thing that those variable payout structures are really good for is sustainability. And the Thorium miner has been going for almost 1 year, so clearly that sustainability model is working very well. Now, I don't have a huge amount of investment in this one. I've got about $90 was my initial deposit, and that's bringing me about $2.70 every day, or about $81 a month. Now, the total amount I've earned so far is $220.75, so that's a 245.28% total ROI. Okay, so here is the Thorium BNB Miner website, and you can see this is day number 363. So in 2 more days, this will have been going for 1 year. And right now, there are almost 1,500 BNB in the TVL, so this is a huge project, okay? Now, you can see for my fund, I've got about 0.883 BNB, and my initial deposit was about 0.469, so about $90 in BNB. Of course, these figures are gonna fluctuate as the price of BNB fluctuates, but you can see I've accumulated 0.883, so I've almost doubled my initial deposit here. Now, you can see the TVL of the project over the last year. This is going all the way back from day 1 all the way up to today. And as you can see, it's got a really nice curve over this past year. It just had a nice steady amount of growth, then sort of a plateau period. Then it had another spike, and now it's kind of plateauing off again. And that is kind of the value of this deflationary miner model. Okay, it does enable these kinds of projects to last for a very long time. And now, speaking of that, that brings us to the BNB miner. And I'm talking about the old school classic BNB miner that's been around for about 2.5 years now. Okay, this is another inflationary type of miner, so the payouts are variable, but they do average about 3% as well. Now, this one's bringing me about $1.50 every day and about $45 a month. Now, I've been invested with this one for a very long time. I started out with a very small amount of just $50 invested, and I actually cannot calculate the total amount that I've earned or my total ROI percentage, because again, I've been invested with this one for so long, and there's no feature on the dashboard that keeps track of your total amount that you've earned or withdrawn. Again, initially, I started with a pretty small deposit of just $50, really just to see how it would all play out, and as it turns out, this one has lasted longer than pretty much any project that I know of. Now, again, the exact amount of your daily payouts do fluctuate according to the TVL, so it does make precise calculations a little bit more difficult, but if I had to estimate my total amount of ROI, it's got to be somewhere close to what I've earned from the Thorium miner as well, probably somewhere in that 250% range, because I have been invested with this one for quite a long time. So here is what the BNB Miner website looks like. As you can see, it's the longest running miner. It's been going for 844 days now, which is just insane. And you can see I've got 7.5 trillion miners, because I did do a ton of compounding, especially early on, and I started with just 0.2 BNB. Now, the contract here is almost at 1,000 BNB still after all this time. That's really impressive. And here you can see the amount of BNB in my barrel. I've still got about 5 hours until this barrel is full. Now, this project allows you to compound your earnings or to pocket your BNB, which just means withdrawing straight to your wallet. You can do those at any time with no additional fees with this project. So in terms of its mechanics, it's actually pretty similar to the Thorium Thorium miner. They both use the BNB token, and they both pay out a variable 3% average daily return, and they're both inflationary miners. But just remember that during times when the TVL is going down, that means your payouts are going to go down a little bit as well. And during times when the TVL growth is very strong, your payouts are going to go up. So what that ultimately leads to is sustainability. So it's not going to give you the most amount of total returns, certainly not when you're looking at the total amount you're getting every day. It's more of a low and slow type of project, in my opinion. Okay, those kinds of miners are for long-term sustainability, not necessarily super high payouts. Okay, they're generally going to be on the lower side of the percentage range, but the higher side of the total longevity range. Okay, so it's a bit of a trade-off, but I've had really great results with both of these. Again, I've been invested with both the Thorium miner and the old school BNB miner for a very long time now. And if I had to guess, I would imagine these are going to continue to stick around for a long time yet to come. Now, obviously, it is still DeFi. All of these projects are DeFi projects, which means that you can never know for sure exactly what's going to happen. Okay, crypto's like the Wild West and anything can happen, so there's no guarantees. And you got to remember that, guys. Past performance is no guarantee of future results, but I've got to say that so far, I am extremely pleased with my results from these projects so far. Now, again, I do have a couple of secret projects that I've not yet revealed here on this channel. I'm still testing them out, and that's why I've got it blanked out down below, but you just got to stick around the channel because I will be updating you guys really soon on those projects. So again, not taking into account my secret projects here, and actually not taking into account Wolf Capital, just with the other remaining projects, I'm earning about $1,158 a month in completely passive income. And that is the beauty of DeFi. That's the beauty of investing in DeFi projects, because there are some tremendous opportunities like these that can bring you an insane amount of interest on your money completely on autopilot. Now, in addition to these DeFi projects, again, I do have other sources of income from the DeFi world and from crypto in general. So again, I do have some trading bots. I've talked about some of those here on this channel, like Cinnamon Toast, for example. I've been having really good results with that one, but there have been some really important updates about that project that I'm not going to get into here in this video. I'll save that for a future video, but that's been doing really well for me, and that's not included in these figures. And I also do trading as well. So I've been testing out different trading platforms, and I've landed on BingX as my favorite right now. Okay, as you can see, I've currently got a position open right this second. And one of the things that's so great about BingX is that they do not require any KYC. Okay, you don't have to upload a photo of yourself or give them any personal information. You just simply sign up and start trading. It's really easy. Plus, they've got some really cool bonuses that are available as well. So if you want to start trading on the BingX platform, I do have a link down below in the description where you can get started. And of course, if you want to check out any of these projects that I've been talking about today, I've got links for all of those down below in the description as well. So guys, if you got value out of this video, do me a favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you enjoy hearing about these new and upcoming DeFi projects and ways to make passive income, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on a future video. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter and join my Telegram group so you can stay connected. And I've got links for both of those in the description as well. And guys, as I mentioned, these are DeFi projects that I'm talking about here, and that means that they should all be considered high risk, high reward. Okay, that's how it goes in the world of crypto. It's kind of like the Wild West and anything can happen, so you just got to be careful. Make sure you're always following those golden rules of DeFi. Do your own due diligence and never invest more than you're willing to lose in any DeFi project. All right, guys, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.